Welcome to Shomach Shov on the Daf. She responds to Lo Nishma Sam Yaakov Shalom Leah Basitzchok. We're holding over the Zara Daf Zayin. The Gemara towards the end of Amud Aleph, beginning of Amud Beis, brings the opinion that there is a limitations of when we accept people with Teshuva. If someone went and did Averis Befarhesya, and according to Tosfos it means that they accepted to be a Chaver and then changed their mind, so they did it Befarhesya, we don't accept the Teshuva anymore. So the Gemara there then brings the Shita of Shimon and Shub and Kocha that say we always accept the Teshuva. Because it says in the Pasuk, Shuvu Bonim Shevivim. Meaning Kosh Baruch is telling even the Shevivim, Rashi says they're doing things b'mezid that they can do Teshuva. Chazal and Sefer HaZohar, Chelek Gimel Daf Kuf Chovav Amud Aleph say that every single day there's a baskel that comes out and says, Shuvu Bonim Shevivim. But people don't listen. People don't, or not mashgiach on this baskel that screams out and says, Shuvu Bonim Shevivim. Meaning the Shuvu Bonim Shevivim is not only a sentence that was said once, that you should know that Shuva is accepted. But every single day there's a scream coming of a baskel that says, Shuvu Bonim Shevivim. Everybody can come and do Shuva. You just have to listen to this baskel. There's a beautiful idea about the Zohar that's brought down in a few Sfarim. The Shlo brings it in the name of the Sefer Charedim. That told us Yaakov Yosef and many others bring in the name of the Baal Shem Tov. And the Kedushas Levi Raditcha says it as well in Parashat Chayesara. They all say that where is this baskel? There's a baskel that screams out Shuvu Bonim Shevim. Where do we find this baskel? So they say the baskel is the hisoyrus tshuva that a person has on his own. The Lashon of the Sefer Charedim, the Shlo brings, says there's some noise, something coming out and screaming to a person to come do tshuva. And that's the ruach tahara that people sometimes feel that they want to do the right thing. That's the hisoyrus tshuva, as Kedushas Levi calls it. So the Shlo says, but there's a condition. The condition is he has to be listening to a chacham hamoichiach. Person has to listen to other people, so he means he's going to hear also this baskel. And then told us Yaakov Yosef comes out that really it's a machshava that a person has, and if he listens to it, if he attaches himself to it, so he realizes that machshava is the courage, is the baskel that screams out to him, he should come and do tshuva. And you have to translate it to today's language. This seems to be what's called a conscious. When a person feels that he's doing something wrong, something is bothering him, so he can go and attach himself to it, and with that to do tshuva. But he needs to listen. He needs to try to attach himself to it. And with this I heard once, that's the pshat in the story of Yosef HaTzadik. It says that Yosef is about to do an Aveiro, and he sees his father in the window, so he stopped himself doing an Aveiro. L'choro, what's the big gedula of Yosef that he stopped doing an Aveiro when he saw his father in the window? Everybody would stop doing an Aveiro when they see their father in the window. But the answer is the father they saw in the window, that was his baskel calling him to do tshuva. It's the voice that every one of us has. He could have shut it off, but he didn't. He listened to the baskel. And maybe that's the pshat that he saw the father in the window. It doesn't say he saw the father in the door. Why the window? The window you could always close up. You could shut down the window. Yosef HaTzadik chose not to shut the window. He chose to look out the window and hear that koil, the baskel that comes that calls him to do tshuva. And the Sefer Siach Sarfei Kodesh, he brings the name of Rabuni B'Shivscho, a mashal to this thing. That a father and son are going next to a forest, and the son tells the father, I want to go to the forest to pick up some fruits. So the father says, but how? You may get lost. You're not going to know where you're going. So the son says, I'm going to call out to you, and then you'll hear where I am. But after a little while, the father doesn't hear the son. So he starts screaming to him. And he starts calling out to his name. Where are you? Where are you? If the son hears the voice, and he follows that voice, he'll be able to get out of the forest. But if he ignores that koilus, that calling of his father, so he's gonna be stuck in the forest, he will never be able to get out. When a person feels that something's calling out to him, if he listens, he'll be able to get out. He'll be able to do tshuva. If he doesn't, he won't. That's the koil that comes out that says Shuvu Bonim Shevivim, that the pasuk the Gemara is referring to over here. Anyone who wants to join the Shomach Shava email us to WhatsApp, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.